That's just me. That's just me. And welcome to your Healthy and Wealthy Girl Reset for the month of February. Today's monthly reset is actually going to be quite different from my normal monthly resets. We are going to be combining my monthly money video, my how I budget every single month, with the monthly reset. And we're going to take it a little bit more easy than normal. I feel like I've been saying this in every single one of my videos, but January is just rough. I know a lot of us feel the same way. And with February coming up, I just had this feeling like I'm not in the mood to set big goals. I'm not even in the mood to do like a big budget reset. I really just want to chill. And frankly, I'm just lacking a lot of motivation. So I had a few options. I was like, I can either skip the resets altogether. I can force myself to like pretend to be super happy and pretend to be super motivated and like set some goals and just kind of fake it on camera. Option 3, which was given to me by a bunch of you guys because I posted on Instagram just kind of saying how I was feeling. And a bunch of you guys were like, just do a chill reset. And of course that is the best option because it's always better to do something than to do nothing, but we should always just be adapting in function of how we feel. We don't need to put pressure on ourselves every single month to set and achieve crazy goals, to, go do some intense workout if we're not feeling it, to go, sit in the sauna for whatever the reset activity is. If you're not in the mood, you're not in the mood, don't do it. On the finance side of things, it's like, I have to do it. Like if I don't do my budgeting at the beginning of the month, if I wait too late, I know I'm going to feel like crap. So we're going to put it all in this video. I hope that it feels very just like natural, no pressure, relaxing and fun. If you guys are new to my channel, my name is Zoe. I would love for you to subscribe. You can also follow me on Instagram. I post a lot about lifestyle, personal finance, and mental health. I'd love to have you on this journey with me. And please like the video if you are enjoying it. I feel like my makeup's a little bit orange today, okay? So nobody comment on that, I'm aware. So we're gonna kick off this reset with a little solo date, doing some just peaceful activities, kind of self-care vibes. I'm so excited, and I wanna give a huge shout out to Anna, who gave me this idea. She replied to my Instagram story yesterday where I was just like, I'm feeling like totally meh, like whatever. She was like, why don't you have like a chill painting date, like make a playlist, whatever. And I was like, painting, ceramic cafe, because there is this like chain of cafes in Montreal. I don't know if they have this exact chain outside of Montreal, but I know the concept exists, where you basically go in and like you get to paint your own pottery and then like they glaze it and fire it for you, and you can like sip on a coffee, sip on a latte, a hot chocolate while you're doing it. I haven't done this in years. This used to be like the go-to birthday party activity, like when I was really young. And then a couple years ago, my friend Camilla and I did it, probably like for one of our birthdays, like years ago. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take some time, take myself on a solo date and go paint I'm gonna go paint something at the ceramic cafe. So that's how we're gonna start this reset. Really nice and peaceful. Just spending some time alone, thinking, reflecting, and I hope that it feels really nice. The last thing I will say while I'm here in the car is Maggie is also getting a reset today. She was so scruffy, so I just dropped her off at the groomer. I have about 2.5 hours to go do this painting solo date while she's in there. And I'm so excited to see her after because it's not often that I get her groomed, but she's always so cute after. She was just too scruffy. I couldn't handle it. So we are going to head over to the South Shore. There are 2 ceramic cafes. Both are like similar distance in time away. One is like physically much closer, but it's really hard to park around there. So I think I'm just gonna drive to the suburbs because it's so crazy with traffic in the city. It's just as long to drive like within the city as it is to drive to the suburbs for me. So we're gonna go to the one on the South Shore, park. I really want like a hot chocolate. Let's just see how it goes, you guys. Let's get into this reset. Let's go. I'm like kind of nervous because it's all just little kids in there. It's like parents with their little kids, and I'm about to go in alone with my big ass camera. I always get a little bit scared of judgment, but F it, let's go. Let's go. Anyone judging me, it's their problem, not mine. That's what I tell myself. Was so much fun. The time really just flew by. I was like, I'm probably gonna be in and out in an hour, like I'll be so quick. And apparently I was there for 2 hours. They called me saying that Maggie was ready, like right as I finished up my pig. So that's perfect. We're gonna go get her. Honestly, that was such a nice activity. Do you guys wanna know what I thought about like that whole time? Nothing. Literally nothing. Like my mind was like blank. I was just like painting my pig. It was so fun. The one thought I did have was about that scene from Sex and the City where Charlotte is like, I'm quitting my job because she like just married Trey, or she's like about to marry Trey. And she's like, I really want to spend some time at Color Me Mine. Like sometimes I walk past Color Me Mine and I see a woman glazing a bowl and I think, huh, that must be nice. And then Carrie's like, if I walked past Color Me Mine and saw you glazing a bowl, I'd feel sorry for you. And anyways, that's what I thought about. So let's go. Oh, I did have another thought that I wanted to share with you guys. It was such a nice activity to do alone. Everyone else in the cafe was with someone or was with a group, and obviously that's super nice too. But something I thought about was like, I feel like sometimes we have these things kind of on our list. We're like, oh, I want to do this with my friend. I want to do this as a date night, go to a specific restaurant, go to Ceramic Cafe, whatever. And sometimes when we're waiting on someone else to make this thing we want to do happen, we end up waiting a really long time because sometimes it's just hard to make things happen. It's not like, no shade. Normally, this is the kind of thing that I would not come do alone. And I'm starting to get better and better at doing things alone. And I'm just so glad. I'm like, yeah, I don't need to let waiting for someone else to stop me. I can just come here whenever I want, or do, you know, try this restaurant whenever I want. So I want to encourage you guys, if there's something that has been on like your little bucket list, if there's something that you've been wanting to try, go by yourself, give it a try. Think about nothing. It feels good. All right, let's go get the dog. Beautiful puppy. Are you tired from the groomer? Why are you lying down right there? Okay, well, at least it gives us a chance to see the nub. The nub is moving. It gives us a chance to see your haircut. Stand up, show us. Up. Good girl. So soft and clean. So soft. Oh my goodness. You guys, it's very rare that I get Maggie groomed, like maybe once a year. Just kind of when she gets so scraggly to the point where I can't stand it anymore. Like her paws were so, thank you. Her paws were so fluffy, and we got them cleaned up, got the backs of the paws cleaned up. Her hair was like sticking out long to here. Like it was so long. Stand up. Maggie, stand up. Up. Good job. Show us the booty. Yeah, the booty is like all nice and shaped and trim underneath the belly too, because in the winter time when the hairs are really long, they all get dirty. Okay, I'm sorry, but if that's not the most cute little Aussie butt, then I don't know what to tell you. Maggie, Maggie. Yeah. Anyways, it just helps her stay a lot cleaner in the wintertime, and then moving into spring as well. It's super worth it. And I take her to Le Pet Spa. It's so good. It's kind of hard to get an appointment there. You have to like book it in advance, but they're really, really kind. It's really fairly priced. And I didn't know this until I went to pick her up, but they actually don't put the dogs in cages when they're done with them. They just let them run around like on the floor as they're grooming. I could see through the window that Maggie was just like walking around on the floor, and there was like another like doodle type dog just walking around, which I love that because Maggie doesn't do really well in a cage. I feel like all groomers kind of put them in a cage. So I was just like, okay, like as long as I get back, like right when they call me, she won't be in the cage for too long. She wasn't in a cage at all. It was perfect. So I'm heating up some leftovers for lunch. I am really, really hungry. I have some chicken, carrots, quinoa with hemp seeds on top. I'm a little bit disappointed, to be honest, that my fun morning is over because I just really had such a good time. And now I'm like, oh, okay, I'm back home. Like I've got to get back to work. But I'm just gonna try and keep like taking deep breaths and taking it easy for the day. I'm gonna listen to a podcast while I heat this up and while I eat it. And then straight up, just whenever I'm ready, I'm gonna pick the camera back up and we'll get into the money and the goals. Money, goals. So what I'm doing right now is going through each of my cash envelopes and just seeing if the amount left in the envelope adds up with my budget tracker. So every time I spend money, I input it into the budget tracker. It's broken down into categories and there's a remaining column here on the right-hand side. So I'm just checking to make sure that the cash envelopes correspond with the budget tracker. This is just how I empty the cash envelopes at the end of the month so that we can refill them later, which we will do in this video. I'll go more into detail afterwards about what I spent. I just wanted to explain what I'm doing right now. Now I just went and grabbed my personal finance notebook and I'm going to write out my budget for the month of February. I always like to do it by hand first and then I will transfer it to my budget tracker. This is just for my cash budget and normally I start with the monthly total at the beginning. This month I'm doing $800 because I'm going to be going on vacation. So I need less groceries, less time at home because I'm going to be spending on vacation from my vacation budget, which is totally different from my day-to-day cash budget. So where normally I do like $1,000, $1,100, I'm going down to $800. Then I will write out all of my categories. So groceries, dining out, coffee, Maggie, treat yourself, personal care. And those are all the categories that I'm going to be allocating cash to this month. I'm not going to be doing gifts. Maybe. I'm actually going to write it down just in case. Transportation, no. I'm going to pay for my gas on credit. Books, no. And actually, gifts, yes, gifts is important. It's Valentine's Day this month. So where is my phone? I need a calculator. So for groceries, I normally budget $100 a week. I want to get really, really specific this month. So let's do, because February only has, is it a leap year this year? How many days are in February this year? It is a leap year this year. I knew it. Okay, so let's do 400 divided by 31 equals $13 a day. So 13 times, I'm gonna be gone for 10 days. So 13 times 19 means my grocery budget should be about $250. I'm gonna give myself a bonus. Yeah, I think $250. It's not gonna be enough. Because I've been dining out so much less and cooking so much more, it's been obviously costing me more in groceries. So let's do $300 for groceries. So then I just write that down like that. And then it just becomes a game of Tetris of like, you know, taking from that $800 bank. So dining out, coffee, I've barely been going out for coffee, you guys. Last month, you guys will see in a minute, I barely spent any money. So I think I'm just gonna do, let's do $20 for the time that I'm here. Coffee on vacation is a different story. love going out for coffee on vacation, but lately at home, I just haven't been doing it. Anyways, I'm gonna get to this and I will show you in our official sit down section. I just got too excited. You guys know I love talking about money. All right, let's get into it. Starting with my goals, we're just gonna run through this super quick. I've been using the goal and habit tracker from Press Reset, loving it. So I'm gonna show you everything for January in this, and then we'll talk about February in the Gentle Productivity Planner, because I use both. Like I said, I love a combination of paper and digital. So if we see on the screen, I set 19 goals in total and achieved 13 of them, which is pretty good. I love seeing the data behind it, because I would have guessed that I didn't achieve a lot of my goals in January, just because we've said it once, we've said it a million times. That's January telling me not to curse it anymore. Anyways, some of the goals that I set that I didn't accomplish, I'm a little bit disappointed about. Like, I didn't get halfway through my audiobook. I'm not sure if I'm loving audiobooks. I need to try a new one, because it could just be this book that I'm not loving. I think this book would actually do really well. I'm reading Becoming Supernatural. I feel like my camera's crooked. But I feel like this book would actually pair really well, audiobook and physical book. So I think I'm gonna go buy the physical book to have the companion. But I need to try a fun audiobook or something, or I think next I'm gonna try a personal finance one. I also set the goal of reading half of that book I showed you guys in my money goals for 2024 video, We Should All Be Millionaires. You guys, I'm so embarrassed. I brought it to Ottawa with me. I went to Ottawa for almost a week. Brought it with me to start reading it. Never opened it once, because I just didn't read while I was there, and I freaking forgot it in Ottawa. So I need to get that back and then start reading it. But in the meantime, I got a lot of suggestions for The Millionaire Next Door and I Will Teach You to Be Rich. So I think I'm gonna choose one of those two for my February Audible book. Meditating 2 times a week. This, I'm not checking it off, because there were weeks where I didn't meditate at all, but there were weeks where I did more than twice, and I'm really proud of myself for that, because meditation has always been something that I've kind of felt called to doing, but have always avoided or just not done it. I think the weighted blanket really is a game changer. I showed you guys, but I put it around my shoulders and I will sit there in a meditation, and it's really nice. And I just use Insight Timer for the timer silence, and I try not to let my thoughts wander too much, or I will meditate thinking of things I want to attract, thinking really positive, high vibration feelings. And that's been great. But anyways, all that to say, I am still proud of how January went. I think for it being such a sucky month, I was still able to, on paper, accomplish a lot. And although my mood did take a lot of dips, I think I kept it up a lot higher than I have in the past. And so I'm really grateful for that. Then if we go down, something else that I am really proud of is my habit tracker. So if we look down here at the habit tracker, there were a lot of things that, you see the ones in red, I just didn't end up even measuring those, or tracking them, I should say. But the 6 a.m. wake up, I don't know, I did it 50% of the time. Meditation a couple of times, drinking enough water a couple of times, almost 50% maybe. Doing my physio exercises, working out, it's not perfect, and this whole board is not blue. I'm really trying to move away from the mentality that you tried something, you didn't achieve it, and that's a fail. But no, that's great. I'm so glad you tried. And then, I have to tell myself that, I'm so glad I tried. It's so much better to start and try and get it 20%, 30%, 50% than to not try at all, or to look at this and be well, I failed, I'm not gonna try again. No, let's try again. I'm really trying to get rid of this all or nothing mentality. And I think something interesting actually about getting older is, especially in my post-graduation years, I'm really able to reflect on, let's say, the 7 years that I've been in my 20s. And although I've never just set a goal, achieved it right away, and yay, I'm so perfect, I'm so fit, or I drink so much water, or I eat so healthy, or I never watch TV, whatever. I never had a moment of just waking up one day and deciding to become a gym rat, and then therefore being a gym rat. But slowly but surely, I've gotten better and better and better. So I know that one day I'll get to the point where where I want to be, whatever that looks like at that time. But it's like slow progression over time, which I do feel makes it a lot more sustainable. And I'm proud of myself for that. And I'm glad that I'm realizing that. And I would encourage you guys too, to reflect on your life and reflect on some of the goals of like, okay, maybe you're not exactly where you want to be today, but you're closer than you were a year ago. And in a year from now, you're going to be even closer, and slowly you're going to get there. That's really all that matters. And then in the meantime, we just have to enjoy the journey. The best part about January is I still haven't cleaned my car. I still haven't done it. It's disgusting. Now, grabbing my Gentle Productivity Planner, I did all of the journaling for February, and it's gonna be really quick, you guys. My theme of the month is rest, Maggie, peace, and self-love. I think they really all go hand in hand. If you guys watched my Sunday chat where I talked about Maggie, she is my priority for the month of February. Fully my priority. If nothing else gets done, if I don't work out, if I don't drink water, if I don't meditate, if none of that gets done, but I do Maggie's anxiety training, that's all that matters. Like, that's what I want to focus on in February. And also resting, like, just, I feel so tired. If you guys noticed on the habit tracker, at the beginning of January, I was really good at waking up early, and that really went out the window in the last couple of weeks because I'm so tired, I just can't get out of bed. So my affirmation for the month is I deserve to rest, and all my dreams will come true when I do. Again, it's moving away from that mentality of needing to be productive 24/7 in order to accomplish our goals. We can rest, and there's work going on in the background to help keep us moving towards our goals, even when we're resting and even when we're taking a break. I really do believe that. I'm not gonna read you guys like the reflections because I feel like I've talked about it enough in this video, but I guess I'll just read 2 lines to you guys. February is all about love and self-love, and February is all about Maggie. So I wrote one goal. I wrote one goal down here, and that is that Maggie can stay alone for 30 minutes. We are going to get to 30 minutes in the month of February, and I'm gonna have fun getting there. So far we're at 10. She did a really good 10 minutes 2 days ago. Today it's gonna be her break day. Like, we're gonna do an easy one, and then we're gonna work our way up to 30 minutes this month. And it's gonna happen, and it's gonna be fun, and I'm not gonna be stressed about it. If you watch that Sunday chat, you know what I'm talking about. And 2 dreams that I'm manifesting is that Maggie stays alone. Once again, that's just like my biggest thing right now. And also manifesting an incredible vacation in Florida, because that is where I'm headed later on in the month, and I can't wait. I'm so excited to rest and be in the warmth and hopefully have less dry skin and just eat all that good, bad American food, Cheesecake Factory. I'm coming for you. Now let's talk about money. So I'm going to open back up my computer, and let's start by taking a look at what I spent in January. For groceries, I budgeted $450. I spent so much on groceries at the beginning of the month that I was like sure I was going to blow my groceries budget, and I'm actually under by $40. In the home category, this ended up being, I had to pay for some copies of my passport. They cost $45, and I just took it from the home budget. I went a little hard in the treat yourself category. I budgeted $145 and spent $258. I bought myself a new bra from Aerie. Oh, I bought myself some workout clothes from Lululemon. Now that I'm a fitness instructor, which feels really weird to say, I definitely have some like imposter syndrome there, but anyways, now that I give bar classes, I'm a member of what Lululemon calls the Sweat Collective. So instructors and stuff, they get a 25% discount at Lululemon. And they were having like a little promo where you could get your 25% off on the sale section. So I bought 2 things and it cost me like $55, but it was so worth it. That was a really exciting moment for me, like getting in the Sweat Collective, because I've been working at this gym, like doing the reception, doing cleaning for so long, and I was always so like envious of the instructors who had this discount, and now to be one who has it was just like such a cool moment, placing my first order. And I'm proud of myself for not getting too carried away, just like 2 things on sale, great price. And then also in the treat yourself category, I spent $36 getting a film camera developed. Oh yeah, okay, duh. If you guys watched my no spend challenge, you saw that I spent about $160 when I was in Quebec City. I bought new pajamas, I bought a new tank top, and I bought like some sleep shorts. So all of that added up to, what was the total again? To $258. Continuing on through the list, we have Maggie. I spent a lot on Maggie this month, $260 on getting her dog food, getting her sat. So I did go over budget by $109, but I paid for all of it with cash because I had like a sinking fund built up for her in cash. So I'm really, really glad that I had that. It means that there's kind of no anxiety when it comes to that category. And this also doesn't even include the grooming because JS actually paid for her grooming today, which was really nice of him. So yeah, $260 on the dog this month. Pets are so lovely, but so expensive. For coffee, I budgeted $50 and I only spent $17. Dining out, I budgeted $200 and I spent $203, so pretty much right on the money. Transportation, $0. Personal care, again, right on budget. Budgeted $60, spent $57. That was getting my nails done. Nothing on gifts, nothing on books. I forgot to input my gas, but I actually did go over. Did I go over? No, I only spent $100 on gas. That's true. I think it was even less. I think it was like $97. I spent $5 on parking, and that's it. So my total spending for the month was $1,705 just because we're missing the gas in there, which is pretty good. I'm definitely happy with that. And actually I should say that that's just my like spending. It doesn't include my rent and stuff, rent, car insurance, that kind of thing. But you guys know the drill. Those numbers haven't changed. You can go watch a full what I spend in a month video for that. Anyways, I just wanted to give you guys a little taste in this video. Now let's talk quickly about my financial goals. So if you guys watched that video, I think I had about 7 personal finance goals for 2024. The big goal, of course, is saving $20,000 over the course of the year to my RRSP with a monthly goal of $1,000. So I did hit that. I put that money in yesterday. And because I have a vacation coming up, I put $1,220 into the vacation fund. It's definitely a lot, but I'm not going to justify myself. It's what I put, okay? It's so funny because I saw this guy complaining on Instagram about how like saving up for a vacation isn't technically saving because you're saving to spend it. And it's like, dude, shut up. Like let everyone do what they want with their money. So I saved a little bit for my future and put that into investments, and I saved for a vacation at the end of the month. It is what it is. Paid off my credit cards in full. That of course is always super, super important. And I did hit my earnings goal of $6,000 or more in January. So I'm very, very grateful for that. In February, the goals stay the same. It's just going to be to get that RRSP contribution. And then I think I'm gonna start focusing on the Maggie sinking fund and dealing with my tooth situation. So before we go into my new budget, I have some leftover cash that I need to deal with. This is everything that was left from those cash categories that I just told you about. And then for whatever reason, I had $105 left in cash in the Treat Yourself envelope. What I'm going to do is take all of this leftover money, put it in my spent on credit envelope so that it can help me pay off my credit cards for those overspendings in the Treat Yourself category. I mean, $100 of this already should be going there anyways, but the extra like $50 is gonna go there. So I'm just gonna put it all in here, and then I can take it to the ATM, deposit it into the bank, and put it straight onto my credit card. Probably go out and do that later today. So the last part of this reset is to stuff the cash envelopes. So let's do it together quickly. First up, we have groceries, $300. I'm gonna do 2 50s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 100, 2, 4, 6, 8, 200. That's $300. You guys, I was thinking the other day about cash envelopes because I know a lot of you have tried them. I know a lot of you guys really, really love them. Just like me, you feel like they've changed your life, and that makes me so happy. $100 for dining out. But I also know that a lot of people are skeptical, and that's okay. Like, you don't have to do this. I don't think like everyone needs to do it and like you have to be just like me. Like, no. $20 for coffee. Anyways, back to what I was saying. From time to time, I will get kind of judgy comments being like, this is so complicated. Like, who wants to do this? Why would you want to do this? Like, oh, why would you put the extra effort into it? And I've kind of been reflecting and like, what's wrong with the extra effort? Like, why is extra effort to in turn better your life a bad thing? Like someone who goes to the gym and works out a lot, or who goes, like, you know, you ever see those people like running outside in the winter? My boyfriend is literally one of them. And sometimes I look at him and I'm like, why are you being nuts and going and running outside in the winter? Like, why would you want to do that? Extra effort, it's cold, it's uncomfortable. But he's doing it because it makes him feel better physically. He gets stronger. It's good for his lungs. Like, it's good for you. And sometimes things that are good for you take extra effort. Like, it's not fun to get your ass to the gym. Straight up, it's not always fun. But you do it because it's good for you and you put in that extra effort. It's not always easy to, you know, not go through the McDonald's drive-thru and instead come home and cook dinner, but it's a little bit better for you. And so I think the same can be said of the cash envelopes, that it's like, yeah, I'm putting in, you know, let's say maybe an extra hour to 2 hours per month when you factor in going to the ATM, sitting down with my envelopes, like doing everything. It's extra effort, but one, it becomes fun. And two, it helps me out tremendously. Like, this has changed the game for my finances. So what does it matter if it's a little bit of extra effort? I'd rather put in the extra effort than have to put in the extra effort, straight up have to put in the extra effort to pay off credit card debt. That's just me. That's just me. 2, 4, 6, 8, 100 for Maggie. And we already have some money in here in the sinking fund. 2, 4, 6, 8, 100. Okay, so we have $200 now in total in her envelope. And listen, my rant is not for me judging someone who doesn't do cash envelopes. Like, you might not need it. You might be perfectly good with your finances without it. I saw some comments from people saying they did it for like a year and then they stopped because it kind of taught them what to do without the envelopes. And like, that's fantastic. Whatever method works for you, I just don't think we should be judging people for their methods. Like, if you want to run outside in the winter, like, sure, you're a little bit crazy, but good for you. And if you just want to run on the treadmill, also good for you, right? We're gonna do 140 for treat yourself because I kind of want to get a new pair of sneakers this month. $60 for personal care. I'm going to do $60 for gifts. My boyfriend and I are planning to keep up with the kind of little tradition we set last year of going to the bookstore and each picking out a book for each other as like our Valentine's Day gift. No one is getting like a Rolex in this house for Valentine's Day. That's ridiculous. And then lastly, $20 for the home. So then I take all this, put it into my folio. Like I said, this goes to the ATM. I will then put in that budget into the budget tracker, keep tracking my expenses in my budget tracker throughout the month, and keep working towards my goals. Let me know what you guys thought of having money and reset in the same video. I know that's how a lot of creators do it. I like having them separate. I think next month we'll go back to separate, or maybe we'll do one more month together because I'm actually gonna be on vacation at the like turnover point, like the monthly turnover. So anyways, let me know what you guys thought. Thank you so much for hanging out with me during this chill reset. There was something else I wanted to say and now I can't remember. Oh, my no TV challenge. So really quick update. My no TV challenge went so well. It was tough. Like, it was really hard. There were so many moments where I wanted to watch TV, but I didn't do it. And now I can watch TV again. And I think I'm still gonna keep a challenge going as it pertains to TV. Now the challenge is going to be that if I'm watching TV, I'm not allowed to be on my phone, because I do love lounging in front of the TV while also scrolling on my phone, but it's just like so mind numbing. I want to get used to just being able, like letting the TV be enough to relax me and not needing to scroll on my phone too. So that's going to be the challenge, I think, for February or maybe for March. Like I said, Maggie's my #1 priority. So anyways, okay, sorry, last thing. The other priority I have is getting you guys the net worth video and the $100,000 kickoff video. Hence why I'm also compressing this one so that it's less for me to edit. Okay, I love you guys once again, and please let me know what you thought. Really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm really grateful for you spending some time with me, kicking off a new month together. I love you. I want to wish you a fantastic, successful, restful February full of love. I will see you all in my next video. Bye.